Lately, I've noticed something about my own heart. The tighter that I try to hold on to this life, the more anxious I become. The more I try to control every outcome, every opportunity, every plan, every timeline, the heavier everything feels. Maybe you felt that too. We grip tightly to our careers because we're afraid of losing security. We grip tightly to money because it makes us feel safe. We grip tightly to relationships because we fear loneliness. We grip tightly to dreams because we're convincing ourselves that if they don't happen, somehow our lives won't matter. I've realized I spent a lot of energy trying to protect things that we were never really mine to begin with. Everything that I have, my family, my work, my home, my health, my tomorrow itself, they're all gifts. They're gifts meant to be received with gratitude, not possessed with fear. That realization, it's been changing the way that I pray. And I find myself praying less, God, don't let me lose this, and more, God, help me trust you with whatever you choose to give me and whatever you choose to take away. That's not an easy prayer because naturally, I want certainty. I want guarantees. I want to know that the people that I love will always be there, that my plans will always work out, that my efforts are going to be rewarded every time. But life doesn't come with those promises. And maybe that's intentional. Maybe God never wanted our circumstance and confidence to rest in those circumstances, right? He didn't want that to just be there. He wanted that to change. Maybe he wanted our confidence to rest in him. I'm reminded that scripture tells us not to love this world because this world is fading away. That doesn't mean we stop enjoying the beauty around us. That doesn't mean that we stop laughing with our families or celebrating milestones or working hard in our lives or appreciating the blessings that God has given us. It simply means that we remember they're temporary, they're signs, not the destination. I've started thinking about my life like a traveler passing through a beautiful country. A traveler enjoys the scenery. He appreciates all the meals that he has. He makes meaningful memories, but he never mistakes the hotel for his home. He knows he's passing through. I wonder how much stress comes from treating temporary things like they're permanent. We all panic when plans change. We become devastated when possessions disappear. We build our identity around jobs that can end, markets that can shift, or approval that can just vanish. We hold too tightly because we've forgotten how temporary everything here really is. And the older I get, the more I want to open hands, hands that can receive God's blessings with gratitude, hands that can also release them with trust if He asks. Because closed fists, they can't receive anything new. Open hands can. I've noticed that some of the most peaceful people that I've ever met weren't the people who had the most. They were the people who knew where their hope truly rested. Their joy wasn't attached to circumstances. Their peace wasn't dependent on comfort. They had learned something that I'm still learning. When Christ is your treasure, you don't have to panic every time life changes. It doesn't mean loss doesn't hurt you, it does. It means that grief disappears. It doesn't. Jesus himself wept. Faith doesn't remove our humanity, it anchors it. It gives us something solid when everything feels uncertain in life. And maybe that's what I'm really learning. Holding this life loosely doesn't mean loving it less, it means loving it in the right order. It means enjoying God's gifts without expecting them to satisfy what only God can satisfy. It means thanking Him today without demanding tomorrow. It means building faithfully while remembering this world was never meant to be our final home. One day, every possession will be left behind. Every title will be renounced and handed to someone else. Every achievement will become part of someone else's history. But the love that we gave, the people we pointed towards Jesus, the faithfulness that we practiced when no one else was watching, those things echo into eternity. So I'm asking God to keep teaching me when I so easily forget, to hold my plans loosely, my possessions loosely, my reputation loosely, and even my dreams loosely. Not because they don't matter, but because they matter far less than the one who placed them in my hands. And maybe that's real freedom. Not having nothing to lose, but knowing that even if everything else changes, the one holding you never will. I just appreciate you for being here. I do appreciate you listening and being here with me today. And until the next one, peace.